is afternoon, lunchtime. Have a light lunch and add little ajwain. So few days if you use ajwain in the middle of the day, so that works effectively. So that's why you can add some ajwain into your food, you can eat. And if you are really having a trouble, that means you need to cure. So the ajwain and rock salt together, eat, chew properly and swallow it. Ajwain and salt. So that gives a very quick relief, and indigestion problem will be cured in few minutes basically. So that way you can clear off stuff. So that is another thing is ajwain also works in different ways. For example, if you have loose motions, you can still use ajwain to control the loose motion immediately. So the amazing thing is we are so much used to the English medicine when kids. Be silent, huh? Be silent. Sharon? So, when you have a really trouble, generally you have now the knowledge is what tablet and what immediately it comes to your mind. So, but earlier, all people, they used to know, okay, what is a natural remedy they can utilize within home. So similarly, you got cold. What is the best remedy? What is the best remedy for the cold?
Lemon.
Steaming is one, but before steaming is one.
Lemon and honey.
First thing is cleaning, right? Yeah, this Jalaneti. Whatever you clean, Jalaneti will clean. Jalaneti, the cleaning the nostrils is the first thing. So similarly, Jalaneti is more effective than the steaming. Steaming is fine, immediately get relief. Again, it gets back because of the heating process. But the Jalaneti is a natural cure, and it won't black immediately. Like after steaming, what happens is it blocks again. You have to do repeatedly. But Jalaneti is not like that. It's a nozzle clean, and you have. Okay. So you just need to clean this way. 5 times a day, if you do when you have a cold, it can be cured in one day, and you will have very good relief. But you should do with warm water and salt. The half tablespoon of salt and warm water mixed together, and slowly open your mouth and put it like that. It goes and cleans up this. And it's also very sustainable to avoid the consequent problems of the cold. Generally, after cold, you may get some flu, fever, and things like that. Right? So, but you can avoid all that by doing this in the first day itself. When you are just having a symptoms of cough, you get symptom, right? When that symptom comes, you immediately start a little bit of gargling, salt water gargling, and also this one, and then you can avoid the problem. So that way, before you enter into the problem, you can avoid it through this, and even after getting the cold also, you can avoid consequences by cleaning this one. And the second one is steaming stuff you can do, but after getting cold, for relieving, food also is important. So light food, and at the same time, using the pepper powder within your food. Within your food, you can use pepper powder as a medicine. So that way, the food itself becomes a medicine. So that's when to use what. So that's what it is. And pepper has got a great quality of either the problem is because of the body heat or body cold, right? So there are two ways of treating that. So even for both things, pepper can do the opposite of that. Whatever it is, it balances. So that's because normally any item, anything you take, either it does heat or cold. But pepper is not like that. Pepper does, if you have a heat, it balances cool down, and if you have a cold, and then it heats up a little bit. So that way it balances. And pepper also gives the improving the immunity. That is why instead of using the red chili powders and those things, use a little bit pepper as part of your food. Regularly you can use it. Generally, you might know the cold curing with turmeric, putting in some hot milk and pepper boiling in. A very effective way of treating immediately if you wanted to control. All you need to do is the pepper powder and also the turmeric, boil in the water, just a glass of water, make it half glass. It comes like the coffee, you know. So, and then you drink that little bit, not too much. So you can drink 50 ml. That's it. Very small quantity. Maybe you can take 3-4 times in a day. With that dosage, you can cure immediately cough, cold, and blockages, nostril blockages, all that. So that is very immediate cure. Normally when cough comes, it won't go until a week, right? Generally, even if you take tablets, even cold also same thing. But these are very effective medicines where you can cure within a day, 2 days. And also it won't increase also because of this the treatment you are doing with this turmeric and pepper. Even pepper itself is enough. Even pepper decoction you take it, that's enough. And generally when you get a temperature, body temperature, what you do generally? You take a paracetamol or something like that, some tablets. So instead of that, what you can do is very first thing suggested is fasting. But if you take the tablet, you can't do fast. So if you just fast and stay rest, and when you wanted to, the next step is if you can't do fasting, what you have to do is the barley juice you can drink. Barley juice with the pepper. So that is the best one to cure that cool downs your body temperature. Immediately, you can get the immediate relief. So and it gives you the energy also. Generally people feel fasting is difficult, but if you do the fast, what happens is body develops the immune system. So the problem will not be repeated. If you put the tablet in the first day, and the problem you get repeated. So that is why immediate, when you get the fever, give the chance body to cure. So these practices, generally if you see, there are 2 types of practices. One is wartime and peacetime. Wartime means when you are in war, you can't wait till that time. So that's why you can see that those practices there, I kept the board in there. So wartime practices are generally what you generally see in the world is invented at the time of war. Now they are using in a peacetime. So for example, putting a painkiller for a soldier when he is in a battlefield, when he got some pain, he can't stay with that pain. He has to get cured immediately. Otherwise he'll lose his life. Someone will kill him, isn't it? So that is why that time he can take painkiller. But you are not in that situation. So you have to give the enough time to cure that leg pain. If you are not giving, what happens? If you are taking the tablet and what it is doing all that, is it clearing the pain? You take ibuprofen or brufen, whatever tablet you take. So is it curing the pain? No, what is doing?
Suppressing the symptom.
How it is? Sorry? Suppressing what? How it is suppressing? It is doing nothing. All it is doing is cutting the signal, which is from your, for example, leg pain. So from the leg, there is no signal to your mind. You think that there is no pain, but pain is there. It is cutting the signal. So all the painkillers are like that only. It works on the symptoms. It kills the symptom. So if you kill the symptom, that means you think that there is no problem. That is when the big problem starts. And then you, after putting the tablet, you think that there is no pain and you walk. Because of walking, it may get tear or you may get break. So then the doctor say you need operation. So you broke your leg because you walked. Your body says, okay, yeah, take rest, cool down, because it's my leg is pain. I can't walk. He says, but you are saying put a tablet and cut the signal and you walking. It is wrong, right? So that way, that treatment is wartime that is required, but peacetime it is not at all good thing to do. So that means the painkillers are the people killers at the moment, and that is going up to steroids. I'm not sure how many of you are aware. So that is taking up to steroids stage. Many people are suffering with that, right? Starting with the painkillers and going up to that stage. But do not make that happen. So when you have some pain, give the rest and see how it goes. Body knows how to cure things. Body has amazing capacity. If you do not use that immune system, that won't work. Even fever also. If you put a tablet, it will repeat in a year 5 times. But if you do a fast for one time, the 1 year you won't get fever. All you need to do is 2 days, 3 days fasting. That's it. If you can't stay with complete fast, at least drink the lemon and honey kind of thing 3 times a day. That's enough. You can stay. Don't get worried about the fasting. You can just stay. So just be patient. Patience means because you got the problem, you are patient. So you have to be patient, right? So you have to be patient and take rest. That way you can treat yourself properly and do not repeat the problem. And your immune system also increases. So that is about the fevers. Even headaches. Headaches, generally what you do? What do you do when you get a headache? Sorry? Jalaneti. Clean your nostrils. Good. Yeah. Even Jalaneti, this works for 60 different diseases, of course. This one. Only this one thing works for several disease problems. Even diabetic, blood pressure patients also they can cure. You know why? So in this world, 90% of the people are just living with a closed nostrils. That means half closed nostrils, not clean nostrils. So because of that, oxygen is not supplied to the body properly. Because oxygen is not supplied properly, you get all the problems. If oxygen supplies, every body part is healthy. So that is why basic thing is oxygen. Before food, oxygen. The cleanliness. So make sure that you clean your nostrils every time you get a blockage.
It's a block. How does it work?
It just take out all that thing from one side to other side. You take two sides. This side, it goes this way. And this side, it goes this way and cleans both way and make it very clean.
It's a block, it still comes.
Yeah, even if it is blockage, very clearly it comes out.
What we can do only with this instrument.
This is called neti pot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in my childhood days, I used to do with the glass, but it's glass is very difficult. It's very simple technique.
Do we have to use distilled water?
No, plain water. Plain water. Yeah, lukewarm water. No cold water. Do not do this with cold water. Cold water is a problem. Okay, so we have to do it warm water, not hot water. Don't burn yourself. Burn your nostril. So just warm.
Where you need to get this one?
This one, no? Generally, this is yoga invention. It's long back, thousands of years ago. But this is yoga centers. They sell now in US. All these pharmacies are selling this in states. Neti pot. They say neti pot. They're selling this one. So that means it is available in the market. But here you won't get in pharmacy. Yeah, online you can buy, or if you want, maybe in normally we keep in our office also. You can take it. So all the members generally we maintain this in all Mahi centers. Volunteers they maintain this. If you want, you can take it to one of the volunteer from here. So that way. So
Best remedy for the hay fever and sinus. So I tried myself for the hay fever
hay fever and sinus, right?
and sinus as well.
Excellent.
Headache as well.
Headache, sinus, hay fever, cold, cough, even flus. In the flu season, you can cure this. That is why it is very, very effective. And diabetic patients, I recommend it regularly, doing daily morning and evening. Because what happens is, because of the cleanliness, oxygen flow, they can really stay well. So it is very, very important thing for those patients. Even blood pressure, heart patients. So most of the people are lack of oxygen. So any other questions? And the one important thing I wanted to mention here, the symptoms killing is the treatment wise. Many times you see the symptoms killing only, like painkillers or these things are recommended. So, but that is not advisable at all. So, in the treatment wise, you be careful. It is not just following blindly something. See like what is happening within your body. Observe the things. But in terms of the home remedies, just see like what is your need. Based on that kitchen box, you have jeera, you have dhania, cumin seeds, all that, and you have pepper and ajwain. Anyway, we talked about, and mustard. You have what is it called? Salt is very good medicine. And for example, turmeric is very good medicine. Turmeric works for many things basically. It cures. But the problem is we are overusing the medicines. So it is not for daily use. So whenever we have problem, we have to use for that particular purpose. So using daily doesn't make sense. So see like what is required. For example, if you have indigestion problem that day, use ajwain, not daily, right? So when you have some kind of a the difficulty in this, use ginger or use that cumin seeds. That way, use on that day, not daily usage. Generally, we used to use daily. That way, body get used to it, even if it gets problem, because overdoses you are giving that way. So see like what is needed on that day. Based on that, use that kitchen box that way. So anyway, in the detailed list, I can circulate to you. So some of the home remedies you can see like whatever possible you can follow. But basic concept is keeping that home remedy as a first aid box for you. First aid box in the sense, the sustainable first aid box, the peacetime practice. The first aid box is the painkillers and those things, that is wartime. You can, when you are going for war, you can take that box. But this box, when you are in peace, you keep this box. You use these medicines, kitchen box, that way. So do you have any particular questions?
Regarding headache, apart from this treatment, immediate pain relief, what would you do? Immediate pain relief.
That depends on your root cause. What is So it depends on the root cause. So generally headache comes to most of the cases. Why? Stress and pressure. Oxygen is anyway there, but mainly many people get because of the digestion. Because of the digestion, you get a headache most of the times. That becomes slowly chronic also. Sometimes because you keep eating, you are not treating your digestive system, and you can keep eating. So the sustainable treatment is the water. So keep giving you water. So even so many people, they do not supply enough water for their body. But how to measure how much water are they supplying or not? Urine color should be white. First thing. Second, whatever the food quantity you are eating, the 3 times of that water needed during the day. So that means if you are eating 1 kilo of the whole breakfast, lunch and dinner together, so that means you need at least 3 liters of water during the day. So see, measure whether you are drinking or not, you are giving enough water or not, which is very important. So that is a basic way, so you avoid the problems. So after getting the problem, so for quick relief, immediate relief, one thing you can do is breathing exercise. Breathing exercise, the rigorous breathing exercise morning we did, you can do that Bastrika or Kapalabhati in the general remedy. And in terms of the treating this one, you can use either fruit juice, normally citrus, or you can use grape juice. So those two works very well for the immediate relief. But it depends on your stomach, like what exactly happened. Or you can use that lemon honey morning we drank, so that also gives you quick relief. So that depends on your digestion thing. Any other? Sorry? Side effects? Oh yeah, for these remedies, whatever the kitchen box remedies, all without any side effects. That is the advantage of it. So the side effects, you know about the painkillers, right? So but this one is, pain free. You can rely on it. No side effects.
Is there any natural painkillers? So far you have shown what are the cure, but if you wanted to control the pain, naturally is anything available?
Yes, there are a few herbal remedies there, but in terms of the pain, killing the pain, generally what we use depends on the pain, either ice or cold. That's the hot pack or cold. So that is the mechanism to cure. So, for example, if you have a cut wound, so generally we use turmeric. Turmeric is the immediate antiseptic thing, right? So immediately you can use the turmeric as a relief. And for pain, particularly we used to use one herb liquid to do that. But normally you get this one, right? The balms, you get balms. Balms also, they won't really cure the pain, they just make you relief. Because of that effect, that pull, the blood circulation goes there and it makes you feel better. It is not exactly doing nothing, it is only making you to get little bit blood circulation at that point. You can do that with the mind also, like with the concentration. For example, if you have a pain here, concentrate here for some time, so that way blood circulation will improve there through concentration. You can do with concentration, or this one is making, because of that pull, the pain bomb pull, it is getting the blood circulation that way.
Pain bombs are better than tablets?
Pain bombs, yes. Yeah. Pain bombs are better than tablets. It's only external thing basically. The internal thing again, obviously a problem. Any other? Yeah, generally outside it's fine. Using that outside thing, even balm using and all. Any other questions?
Can you publish?
I will send you this complete paper, whatever all the remedies using the kitchen box. For each problem, I asked one of the doctors in our community, in our Manata members. He is Dr. the Ayurvedic doctor. So he sent me all the list also. And the last time we organized a number of sessions here, holistic health. So there Dr. Rupa also, she took some of the sessions. So consolidated list I will send you in the email. Okay. Okay, so now can we have a talk, Bhaskar garu? Gopal. Sir, please. Please, he is going to talk about anatomic therapy.
You want to?
వాచ్ చేస్తారు